Carlton. Tell Dylan this thing in the background is fire. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. This whole side, this right here. My top lip isn't. It's this all right here, and then like half of my tongue. It's disgusting. That's like an awkward smile. Anyway, so I want to let you guys know that this is kind of something exciting a little bit. Is that we whipped out our, I'm like screaming. We whipped out, point 4. We took out our GoPro that we haven't used in like forever. And really, and we started like recording and doing like a little video log. So we're thinking about maybe making it and editing it and posting it on YouTube for you guys. Because I know like so many people have requested for us to make YouTube videos, and now that we're graduating and we gotta have a little time on our hands, we might just go ahead and do that. Because, yeah, just because we have some time to do it. We're turning right here. And yeah, we just made some little videos, and we're gonna video our hike today. They're like, just stop talking because it's too much for me to handle. But I need food. I know, we need to find, okay, let's see, does that look like a food center in there? Dylan, there's a Dunkin' Donuts. But we need to find something healthy. We're actually kind of like, it's not a diet, but we're on like a healthy food thing. There's a Mexican kitchen tavern. But honestly, the further we go this way, the less stuff is going to be. Maybe let's see on your phone. Look at where we're going. I want to see if there's like Dunkin' Donuts. Alright. Look, we just had to clean our lockers out, guys. Oh my god. Dyl, it says Dyl, hey. Are you going to the place? I'm turning around because like let's just go in that little place. The further this way I go, the further away we get away from civilization, so. Anyway, so you know what's bad? Well, someone said something about us graduating. Thank you so much. Hey. So someone said something about us graduating on Saturday. And yes, we do have our graduation this Saturday. But what's terrible? What's terrible about it? Is that we might not be able to make our own graduation. This sucks. Alright, so somebody said, hey, why'd you clean out your basketball locker? Don't you have another year? Yes, we do. We do have another year of eligibility for basketball. And you know, I'm gonna be very real with you guys right now because there is 176 of you on here, and I feel pretty. And yeah, all of you are, you know, clearly, all of you guys are. Smells like on the team. Damn it, it is Subway. Let's do it. Dylan, Subway is a much healthier option, and you know that. We're trying to be healthy right now. Think long term. So because of the 200 of you that are in here right now, and you're all committed to us because you're following the IIGonz page, I feel like it's the right thing for me. You guys are going to get the first no. We're going to make a post about it probably later tonight or tomorrow. I'm here to tell you guys, Dylan and I will not be returning to play our 5th year. And we have not made any posts about it. We've not spoken to the media about it. We told our coaches like the other week, and we told compliance the other week that we're not going to be returning to play at UNLV next year. So you guys are the first to hear it. You're the first public people to hear it. But with that being said, it's not because we don't want to play. It's because our hand is being forced. Thank you, NCAA. Yeah, to be honest, if we could keep on... Look, guys, I have a fanny pack on because we're going on a hike. So if we could keep on playing, we would keep on playing. Like, but the truth is,
The NCAA
with what we're trying to do with music and entertainment, it's too difficult to try and play basketball. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible to try and play Division I athletics, and like you see this is just like sagging out. It's impossible to play Division I athletics and try to be in the entertainment industry. It's impossible really to try and pursue any kind of career when you're in college. And to be honest with you guys, I can't stand the NCAA because where's the one go? Like, I'm gonna see my fanny pack. Drop my phone. So the truth is, the NCAA is the reason why we are leaving, and they're not forcing us out. We are making the decision. We're making the decision not to return because of the restrictions that they have on athletes. That is what's happening. It's not the fact that they're like, oh, you guys have all these violations, so you can't come back. Well, no, that's not it. It's the fact that we aren't coming back because there's way too many restrictions. Oh, you gotta make that money. Truth be told, yes. And it's not even just about the money though. It's just the fact that we want to pursue music, and they would restrict us. They own our image and likeness, so we can't do anything. So you're pursuing music professionally? Yes. I support you. I really appreciate that. NCAA trying to take all the money for themselves. You're 1,000% right. I've been wanting to go live all day. I wish I was in school. I was like in the Gonz live. Dylan, give me okay. Oh, and then thank you. Today. I love watching you play. Everybody who's sad just know their little sister is going there. Yeah, but she's not playing basketball. Sorry? Hope you let Dylan order your food. I was just about to ask her to. B-ball is not better than music. Like honestly, guys, it's just the simple fact that, oh, hey, dude. It's just the simple fact that we want to pursue music. That's what we want to do. We're not going to become professional basketball players. This is not where our passion is at this point. But because of that, our hands are forced. Because if we play college basketball, we're putting off here. Okay, Dylan, take the people. I got to order my sandwich. Hello. Hi, people. Yes. Wow.
Somebody said, can you sing?
Yeah.
No. I'm talentless.
And
so happy for y'all. Hope you reach your dreams and goals. Thank you.
Yes, and yes, please. And could I do American?
Hi guys, it's me. Good to see ya. Anyways, but just come
in my fanny pack.
Thank you guys. You're so kind to me.
But yeah, so I just want you to know you're the first ones to know. Hi.
I know you guys can hear me ordering my sandwich. My sandwich.
Yes. Thank you.
And then can I please mayonnaise?
I'm so glad you guys are on the team. I really appreciate the support. It was definitely a hard decision, and when we told our coaches and our parents, it was like I was bawling because like we love basketball and we love playing this sport like with all of our hearts. We've known it. We've done it our entire lives. We finally kind of started breaking out and getting recognition for our talent because people wanted to be some haters in the beginning and not people couldn't play. And so now it's like I don't want to put off a year of working on something I really want to do after college just because of that. Okay, so could I get lettuce, please, and tomato and cucumbers, and could I do a lot of black olives actually, and then could I do?
Thank you.
Could I do the mustard? Could I just do like a light mustard? Like not really a lot.
Well, thank you.
Thanks. Maybe a little more. Okay, thank you. And then could I do mayo, please?
Alright, where's it going?
No, I'll do more mayo than the mustard. Thank you. That's great. And then can I do salt and pepper? And that's all. Thank you. I know I sound like a child.
just can't wait till this numbing goes away. It's like literally, you can see it. Sorry, my tongue's not working. I love Stranger Things.
Separate bags or same bag?
So anyway, so basically, I just want you guys to know I really appreciate your support because this was not an easy decision by any means. We've been thinking about it for like over a year, to be honest. We really didn't know if we were going to come back for our 5th year, and then when things kind of came down to it and we realized what we really wanted to pursue in the long haul, we felt like this was the best decision for us to make. So, yeah, no more college basketball. To be honest, we did this interview with ESPN and radio at 1700, and we did like a kind of behind the scenes, like overtime cut, where we spoke about how we feel about the NCAA, and I really hope it gets released because I think it's important for young kids. Thank you. I think it's important for young kids, especially young kids who are potentially going to be Division I athletes, to understand what they're really getting into. Because if I wish that I had somebody that would have told me what I was really getting into before I went to play Division I college athletics, because there's so much more to it that people don't understand. There's a lot of great things, but there's a lot of other things that like people just will never understand, and I want it to be exposed. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because it's not okay. Some of this stuff is not okay. The way that athletes are basically treated like slaves, and then they're just tossed out of the system. A lot of colleges, you can't even take me seriously because I'm talking about being very serious. A lot of colleges with a lot of D1 athletic places, they don't even guarantee a student to get a degree. So a lot of like once you're done, you get eaten up by the system, and then you get spit right out, and it's like, okay, now what? Figure it out for yourself, kiddo. Like, oh, sorry that we used you up, and we made all this money off of you, and we did this and this and that, and now deuce to see you later, hope you figure it out. I swear to you, that's really how it goes. Like, so many college athletes, especially women, so many college athletes aren't doing very well. Like, you know the percentage of players that go play professionally? Men, very small. Women,
But
even
it blows my mind that it blows my mind that they like promote that, right? Like you see those commercials, like 99% of you aren't actually going to go professional in the sport that you're playing in college. But it's like if you actually try to pursue a career outside of that sport while you're trying to like build a foundation while you're in college. Because think about it like this: when you're in college, if you're a college athlete and you are on a full ride scholarship and whatever else, it's great. Like we're so grateful. Like that's amazing, and you worked really hard to get to that place. But it's a job. It is. 90% of your time is spent committed to your sport. You're committed to your academics, committed to whatever kind of events and functions, whether it's charity or whatever, that they commit you to. So it's a job. So you don't have time to go make money or do anything like that outside of that. You don't have time to go gain experiences in the actual, so you have no resume.
World. So everybody else, all the other normal students, as much as I'm sure it sucks because you're like, oh, I'm struggling, but those people have the opportunity to actually build up that experience, to actually build up their resume. So therefore, they're way ahead of
people. Don't get it. I swear, people don't get it.
So now when I'm trying to go out into the workforce, I don't have the experience or the resume that can compare to another person who had the time to go and do that. So it's like you really just get chewed up and spit out, and then that's kind of it. Once they don't have any use for you, then they don't really care to help you in any other kind of way.
And to be honest, they're liars, because they try to make it about the student athlete. Like the student part is most important, but then it's like, so why are we missing classes to practice? You know, like not that I give shit about that. To be real with y'all, I'm trying to sit in class. I'll be real. I mean, I'm a good student, but damn, those lectures get long. Okay, all I'm saying is that they do not set you up for success outside of college. You play your sport, you get used and abused, you just do. And anybody in here that's ever played D1 athletic, you feel me, and I know you do. And if you don't, then you never really played in your line. So at the end of the day, they don't make the student part more important than the athlete part. Like I said, they don't guarantee you a degree. You have to do that shit on your own. So if you do your job and you take your classes and you do a good job, and now some institutions guarantee a degree, but a lot more don't.
Yeah, somebody said they banking off y'all all schools pimp student athletes. That is like the truest form.
Yes, they do. Really, like, they pimp you out.
The freaking NCAA and some of the institutions. Some institutions are better than others. Like some institutions actually do try to take care. Like UNLV really tried to take care of us overall.
This guy said D2 is the same. We wouldn't know about D2, but if it's the same, then if it's anything like D1, then I feel you, okay? So all I'm saying is it is an extremely greedy system. Yes, you're absolutely right about that. And it's like, I'm trying to like move my tongue to get this better. It is an extremely greedy system. And honestly, it is disgusting when you really break it down. And truth be told, the NCAA, times are changing. And the way the world's working is much different than the way when this ancient book was written.
And thankfully, Dakota and I are going to be a part of the percentage of young athletes and women and whatever else who actually get to get our degrees. But like
this guy said, chill a little. If you went through what we went through, you would understand. Anyway.
No, but yeah, it's just like people. Don't, like Dakota was saying, people don't really get to graduate because you don't actually get lined up or set up for success even in that avenue. So we're actually very thankful and grateful for the fact that we'll get to graduate on time. Even though we could have graduated early, but we wanted to stretch our credits to play.
Yeah, we had to stretch our credits out so we could play. So we were only taking
Someone said NAIA is
classes.
the same.
No, seriously, people don't even know, like, you just basically, all I'm trying to say is, you're not set up for success outside of your sport. And when you try to leave college, it's kind of like, okay, well, shit, now what? Most people move back home, like, unless you're somebody that's in that very small percentage of people that go and play pro, you get hit with the real world, and it's very difficult.
Red 1212 said D2 is exactly the same. I have friends who play D1. I play D2. They use us for their gain, but once our eligibility is up, then they done with you, and that is the truth.
And then what's after that? Like, they don't do shit for you, and you don't have a resume. Like, there might be some schools where you can maybe get like a little part-time job in the summer, but I'm telling you right now, if that's the case, your school isn't going to an NCAA tournament. I'm sorry to say it. Like, if it's a program.
Yes, again, we are getting our degree. We graduate on Saturday.
We graduate Saturday. If mind you, we were in the top percentile of our class graduating.
Top 10%?
For athletes. I just want to say that, because maybe some of you don't know. But anyway, I'm proud of us, so that's why I say that.
T's in here.
What up, T?
He said every division is the same. It's just college sports in general. I think that when it comes to, like, I agree 100%. Every sport is the same. But what's just...
The only thing I gained from playing college ball was conditioning. That's how I feel.
Seriously. But, like...
Not really.
I feel like because the NCAA is, like, the most, like, prominent, because that's what you hear about all the time, and we play under the NCAA, so that's all we can really speak about for ourselves, because that's all we really experienced is the NCAA. But I think it's horrible, because the college system shouldn't be like that on any level. On any level, it should not be like that.
Someone said that's what LeVar Ball is saying, and honestly, as difficult as it is to listen to what LeVar Ball has to say because of kind of his presentation of it, he's right. He's absolutely right. The NCAA is a mess, and it needs to be changed. There needs to make a change, and we have no issue being a part of helping there be a change, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like, what are we expecting from our next generation?
And somebody said, do we recommend UNLV? Yes.
UNLV is not the issue. I love UNLV. UNLV is a great institution. The NCAA is the problem. It is not.
Hi, Kyler.
Hey, Kyler. It is not the institution.
Somebody said, y'all been holding this in for a minute. Well, of course
we had to.
We had to be quiet for the last 4 years that we're playing under the NCAA's jurisdiction.
Exactly.
Because here's the thing. They will come down. They will bring the hammer down. And trust me, with Dakota and I,
we were in a magnifying
glass because of how much attention we get from the media. And so because of that, they watched every single move. No matter what, I could not take a freaking piss without the NCAA watching to see if I was violating any rules doing it. Like, it's crazy. Here's how fine the rules are. And trust me, Dakota and I would know, because we've had plenty of talks with our compliance officer. The rules are so fine line, right? That let's just say, God forbid, I were to go on a date with somebody. right? And they were to pay for my dinner. If there was somebody watching me or whatever, somebody could go report that to my institution.
And it could cross the line
of potentially of being a violation. I would have to write a letter to my institution. If it got reported, if it got turned in, I would have to write a letter to my institution and to the NCAA stating like, oh, this guy was my boyfriend. That's why he paid for my meal.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Like,
to be real about it, I guarantee you, if people opened up this discussion for more athletes to speak on it when they did, and they didn't feel like they were going to be penalized for it, I guarantee you at least 80% of athletes would have something negative to say about the NCAA and why their experience was so whatever because of them. Are y'all not going pro? All right, I'm going to also give you some realness about the WNBA. Terrible politics. They don't do good marketing. They don't have great business. Now, you don't just get in the WNBA, all right? You really got to work for that, and you really have to grind.
The women who are part of the WNBA are amazing. And I think that what they've tried to do with the WNBA is also an amazing thing. However, it's just unfortunate that their business is lacking. They don't endorse or market or brand players very well. I mean, let's be honest. I bet you 99% of women's basketball players don't even watch the WNBA. And that's sad. Like, we're a part of the sport, and we don't even watch it.
I want to just mention that, yes, UNLV is a great school, because we're not talking about UNLV, we're talking about the NCAA, all right? The NCAA is a problem, and if it doesn't change, I guarantee they're going to have a lot more problems on their hands. I guarantee. Yes, Skylar Diggins is in the WNBA, and to be honest with you, it's kind of like this, you guys. Imagine that you're at a job, all right, and you feel so strong, like your boss just does some dumb shit, and you can't stand your boss. Are you going to go and make public statements about how much you hate your boss? No, because you're going to get fired, okay? So that's the same thing with student athletes. You can't speak on this stuff because you'll get penalized. You will get penalized if you speak out on the NCAA, especially if you are under their jurisdiction.
Oh my gosh, this guy, Chris, you hit the nail on the head. Chris the Great said the NCAA is extremely exploitative of its athletes. It's $1 billion industry, and players are somehow going to bed hungry. I've had people on my teams before have to quit, and even like football players have to leave because either one, they couldn't afford to keep staying, or actually, that was actually the biggest part, was that they couldn't afford to stay. And you're thinking, oh, you're on a full ride scholarship. How can you not afford it? Well, you don't understand all the expenses that we have, like where we live and things like that. If you live off campus or whatever it is, your meals, you pay for those yourself. So like, yeah, I get $10 after every game to go buy myself a sandwich. But like, at the end of the day, it doesn't cover your groceries and your gas and your traveling expenses.
Our little sister is not playing basketball. I just want to make that very clear. She's going to school at UNLV. She's not playing basketball. I would suggest anybody to go to school at UNLV. It's an incredible school. I'm talking about,
somebody said,
Division I athletics. I'm not even specifying any one institution. I'm saying
not even just
NCAA.
Not even, okay, we're talking about the NCAA because that's what we experienced, but this could apparently we're hearing, this could apparently be applied to any level of collegiate sports. And somebody said, do you think that you should have been paid as an athlete? Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Like I said, this is a job. It is not like I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go shoot some hoops today. My schedule is completely down-packed for weeks. The basketball season never ends. Never ends. Even during the summer, you get a couple weeks off. You think that's enough time to hold a job down? Here's what's crazy. Let me tell you guys something crazy. They usually force the athletes to be on campus and go to summer school so that
this guy said it's an internship.
Man,
it is not an internship.
No, but he's saying it's an internship in the space that you don't get paid for that. Like, here's the thing. At the end of the day, we have to be here during our summertime, right? But we don't get paid to be here.
You don't get paid in the summertime.
For everybody who is out of state coming here and you don't have a family home to go and live at, where the hell are we supposed to live? How are we supposed to pay for that?
So let me tell you guys a story. So, truth be told, and I wish I could get some of the people in my life, that my teammates, to talk about some of this stuff too, because it's so sad. I'm trying to avoid it. This is not going well.
So anyway, pause. One girl, Lonnie Murray 808, said, I had a full ride scholarship and still had to take out loans. And that's some real shit. People really don't understand. That's the stuff you go through, honestly. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and seriously, like, people are always like, oh, it would suck to be a normal student. There have been times where I was like, I would wake up in the morning like, God damn, how much do I love this? Because this is some straight bullshit. Like, seriously. And the other night, we could have left a long ass time ago. We didn't have to stay playing basketball.
We had morals. We wanted to get our degree, and we loved this.
But we loved it. We loved it, and we wanted
wanted to get our degree.
We loved basketball. We didn't love the NCAA.
Right, so we kept on playing. But let me tell you guys this. So, here's the thing. Let me give you guys a general idea of how this works. So, basically, when you go to play Division I athletics, your scholarship is not a check for you to just go spend. You typically, at UNLV, this is how it works at UNLV. It was a little different at Kansas. If you live in the dorms, you're not getting any money. You're not getting any money. You have little credit to get food at the Commons thing, but you're not getting any money. You're not getting a stipend.
Okay, and hold on, pause. Somebody said you don't get paid for high school. You're also living under your parents' roof, and they mostly pay for everything. And I understand that there are people who have different circumstances, but when you go off to college, you're really by yourself. And for people who don't have the family and also in high school, you can get a job. You have time to get a job. In college, you don't have time for that. Your commitment level is on 10,000, so you don't have time for that.
Unless you're just not a very good program and you don't care about winning. Sorry, I had to say it. So, to be honest with you, when you go
I'm gonna eat this Subway too for someone who just made a comment.
When you go to college and you're playing D1 and you're getting on a scholarship, that scholarship, if you're at UNLV, you're not getting paid if you live in the dorms. You're not getting...
Oh my gosh, this guy said NCAA is a slave plantation.
Yes, it is.
Form of education.
Yes, it is. So if you're going to live in the dorms, you're not getting any stipend. And hopefully your parents can send you some money every now and then. There have been people that I knew that had to drop out because they literally could not feed themselves.
I'm gonna say another comment by I think it's Pretty Yandy Ella. But it says, I agree it is a job. As an athlete, you put your body through so much for experience, wins and losses. Don't get me wrong, I love sports, but college made me hate the game. And that's honestly how I felt when I was at Kansas. Yes. I hated basketball. I was like, if I can just leave this place, I will never touch or look at another. I will not even say the word basketball if I can just get up out of here. And it's sad that's really how these systems can work. And a lot of people, the majority percentage of kids who go into college don't realize that that's kind of what they're getting into. And that's what's really messed up. And like Dakota said earlier, I kind of wish I would have known that that's what I was signing up for.
Right, because kids don't understand. You need to save up your money, kids, right now if you're going to go play college basketball. So the other thing is, when you're living off campus, right, you do get a stipend. But that stipend
doesn't pay my rent. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
It doesn't. We have to have other income in order to...
We have to have help from our parents.
In order to pay for our rent, because we're bougie. But there are, the stipend is strictly for your rent. And then you might have maybe a couple $100, not even, maybe $50. You might have $50 to $100 to spend on food and groceries to last you the month, because you're not getting another check until the next month when you have to pay for your rent again.
And somebody asked, ASAP Lexi said, how do y'all get through it? I'm sorry, I'm really behind on the comments, just so you guys know. But somebody said, how do y'all get through it? And honestly, we got through it by... It was bittersweet, but it was we had to be quiet for the most part. It was just being quiet, putting your nose to the ground. And honestly, a lot of people wouldn't even know this. Dakota and I lost our eligibility a couple times. I'm sure you could have guessed, but we lost our eligibility a couple times for some dumb stuff. We lost our eligibility for participating in a charity event that wasn't dictated by our school. We got ineligible because I said subscribe to my YouTube channel. It was some ridiculous stuff. But at the end of the day, we chose to take risks in certain places because we had to. So at the end of the day, we were like, you know what? Tell me my consequence, because honestly, I'm not going to be able to continue to even live here if I don't try to do something about it.
No, guys, I'm telling you, I've had teammates in the past and friends of mine who played at other institutions who literally were living on people's couches, bouncing around from couch to couch to couch because they could not afford to live anywhere. They couldn't. They couldn't afford to go and live anywhere. That's crazy to me. Why? It shouldn't be like that. And then you have basketball players who, some guy mentioned, you're selling their jerseys, you're getting tickets for football games, you're making all this money, and student athletes don't see any of that money. You're getting used. You're getting run through a system. You're getting eaten up and swallowed, and you're getting spit out. And you're getting spit out after you've been chewed up and fucking